And your grand champion Red Angus female here at the North American will go to entry number 161, TC Sugar M172, exhibited by Carly Nitzel of Epworth, Iowa. Congratulations. And your reserve grand champion Red Angus female goes to entry number 132, Sandridge Mia 5733, exhibited by Addison Val of Forest, Mississippi. Again, congratulations to those exhibitors and all Red Angus female exhibitors on a successful show. And we will be moving straight into our Red Angus Bull Show here on the Green Shavings with Class 36. Again, we'll be moving straight into our Red Angus Bull Show. And again, we are ready to start your miniature Hereford show here in Broadbent Arena with class number 1. Again, we are ready to start that miniature Hereford show here in Broadbent Arena with class 1. Red Angus Bull Show will go to entry number 195. 1JCA Polo 2512, exhibited by Jones County Junior College of Ellisville, Mississippi. And that bull will automatically be your spring bull calf champion. Congratulations. And now in the ring is Class 41 February Bull Calves and your Red Angus Bull Show. And first place in Class 41 at Automatic Junior Bull Calf Champion will go to entry number 200. Kago View Troy 425, exhibited by Tila Palacat of Union Springs, New York. Again, congratulations to that exhibitor. We're now ready for Class 46 Senior Bull Calves over in the Red Angus Bull Show. And I would like to take this time to introduce your miniature Hereford judge this afternoon, Mr. Brandon Callis of Minco, Oklahoma. Brandon is a 2005 grad of Texas A&M and has a master's of animal breeding and genetics from Kansas State. He's currently a professor at Redlands Community College, and he owns and operates BKC Livestock with his wife Kelly and 3 kids, where they run a herd of cattle. He has been blessed to short shows in 30 states and 3 countries, and he always feels blessed to be asked to short livestock shows, especially here at the North American. If you could join me in giving Mr. Brandon Callis a big round of applause for being out here on the Green Shavings.
Thank you, sir. Nice pair to get a miniature Hereford show started here. And in both these cattle, I think have some quality and pieces that you can trade off back and forth with. I just think the balance and eye appeal factor, along with having enough tour, goes to the one we're going to start with. Again, rib cage and body dimensions, very good. She's good in the transition of her shoulder and just where her head and neck sits. Still one that's sound, I think, and comfortable enough when we get out here. Does it help her that she's cooperating a little more? Yes, it makes it easier to look at, but I still think that's one that's just deeper and smoother, a little sharper, more refined everywhere. Probably a little square hip version of her here in second. Big out of her hip and pins. Really bold rib, really big footed too, and sits down pretty comfortable there. Again, wants to fight the system just a little bit, maybe draws up into her flank a touch more today, a little more chest, maybe not quite as sharp up front is what that one is. But I still think that one, as we continue to develop her on, her body catches up with the rest of her. That's still a stout made one that's sound. Nice pair of them here in this first class.
And placings in Class 1 over in your miniature Hereford female show are as followed. First place goes to Kaylin Dops with KLD Fooley Roxy 55. Congratulations. Second place goes to entry number 70, Evie Mitchell with MMH Willow. Again, congratulations to those exhibitors. We're now ready for Class 2 over in your miniature Hereford female show. And placings in Class 46 and automatic first place of your Fall Bull Calf Champion will go to entry number 203, Kega View Spencer, 1424, exhibited by Tila Polecat of Union Springs, New York. And second place in that class and your reserve division champion will go to entry number 204, GE Red Label, 4521, exhibited by Helen Orr of Davenport, Oklahoma. And third place in class 46 will go to entry number 205, Sand Ridge Equalizer, 4605, exhibited by Addison Val of Forest, Mississippi. Now in the ring is Class 50 Summer Yearling Bulls over in your Red Angus Bull Show. And again, we are ready for Class number 2 over in your miniature Hereford Female Show. Again, we're ready for Class 2. And first place in Class 50, an automatic intermediate champion bull, will go to entry number 208, Sand Ridge Cosmic Cowboy 4551, exhibited by Truett Toller of Perkins, Oklahoma. Again, congratulations to that exhibitor. Now in the ring is Class 53, April Spring Yearling Red Angus Bulls. And first place in Class 53, an automatic junior champion bull, will go to entry number 211, TW Continental 425M, exhibited by Genesis Enterprise, Davenport, Oklahoma, and Twin Willow Farms of Springfield, Missouri. Again, congratulations to those exhibitors. Now in the ring is Class 59 in your senior yearling bull division. And first place in Class 59, an automatic senior champion Red Angus bull, will go to entry number 216, WD Pursuit 319, exhibited by Leon Cattle Company, St. Clairsville, Ohio. Again, congratulations to those exhibitors. We're now ready to select your grand champion Red Angus bull here at the North American.
I think four nice heifers in this class, and then maybe some little differences in maturity and just flesh and where they are yet. And I still think if you take this one's advantage of maturity away from her, she's still my favorite one in terms of build. Feet and legs are at a premium for her within this class. Love the body shape and density of this female. Just a very, very broody built, broody made one, but yet still, I think, ladylike enough in terms of her head and neck. And again, just love her structure and the way she's put together here. One we're going to run here in second. Again, another one you love, just the strength of her spine, the length of her hip, heaviness of bone, probably just a little bigger footed than the one we run here next in three. Not probably as clean and neat right there through the base of her chest and her neck. Maybe gives up a little base with that heifer that leads out ahead of her, but still love the quality look and presence of that heifer. Female here, if we could just make her stouter down low and just a little more secure in terms of her rear feet, we like her that much better. Her body shape and composition is very, very good. Still a beautiful one in terms of head and neck shape there as well. Just gets a little up on those pasterns, a little tighter footed, if you will, relative to those top two. A greener heifer to just get outpowered out here. She's beautiful to look at up front. I still think that one's better days are ahead of her. Today she just gets out horsed by three ahead of her, but really good class, cool one there to leads off.
And placings in Class 2 over in your miniature Hereford female show are as followed. First place goes to entry number 73, BK Peppa 169N, exhibited by Colt Burkheimer. And second place in that class will go to entry number 72, Went Daisy May, exhibited by Berkeley Went. And third place in that class will go to KLD Cream Puff, exhibited by Kaylin Dobbs. And fourth place in that class will go to entry number 71, THF Sage 523, exhibited by Brenna Thorson. Again, congratulations to those exhibitors. Now making their way into the ring is Class 2 miniature Hereford females. These heifers' date of birth range from January 28th through December 4th of 2024. And again, we are now selecting your grand champion Red Angus bull here in Broadbent Arena. Again, we are selecting your grand champion Red Angus bull. And your grand champion Red Angus bull here at the 2025 North American will go to entry number 208, Sandridge Cosmic Cowboy 4551, exhibited by Truett Toller of Perkins, Oklahoma. Congratulations. And your reserve grand champion Red Angus bull will go to entry number 216, WD Pursuit 319, exhibited by Leon Cattle Company of St. Clairsville, Ohio. Again, congratulations to those Red Angus bull exhibitors and all Red Angus exhibitors for a successful show here at the North American. And your premier exhibitor goes to Helen Orr. Congratulations on that Premier Exhibitor Award. And your Premier Breeder will go to Sandridge Land and Cattle. Again, congratulations to those exhibitors for Premier Exhibitor and Premier Breeder.
another good class here, and again, I think one that just does a better job of keeping stoutness and flexibility. I think the reason she leaps over the one here in second, she's so much better in terms of her head and neck carriage, and I think that's because her shoulder is at a better angle. She's more laid back in that shoulder. She sets back in her knee a little more correctly. She's squarer as she comes at you, and just sounder and longer reaching as she goes. I like her length of hip. I like her hind leg and the way it goes there as well. She's not as deep and soft as the one that comes in behind her, but I just think her combination of function and stoutness is what makes her my favorite in this class. Again, fit job alone, this one right here leads the class. Just the way we've got her put together, her body dimension and her stoutness are all very, very well. I actually make it a pair with her in this next one just because I think she really needs to be corrected there in her front skeleton. Still want to see her step a little more correctly off of her rear too as well. If she moves good enough for you, that's your class winner. For me, I want to see her skeleton operate in a little looser, more correct fashion. I like the feminineness of this female we have here in third. Love just her look and her presence. She has a little frailer, finally decided just maybe not as much of her as what those two are. If you say, again, she's got enough, you can start her because that is the sleekest, neatest necked one there. Just want to see it accommodate with a little more stoutness and boldness. You got that stoutness and boldness and shape in the heifer that ends up concluding our four. And again, really, really good and dense. Just again, structurally, want to change her rear leg. She takes that muscle and puts it on just a little rounder and just not as attractive maybe as some of those cattle ahead of them. But that's four solid calves there in that class.
And placings in class number 3 over in your miniature Hereford show are as followed. First place goes to entry number 78, Love Olive, exhibited by Brenton Siegel. And second place in that class will go to entry number 77, SBW Darling Diva, exhibited by Landon Withrow. And third place in that class goes to entry number 74, THF Bear, exhibited by Evie Mitchell. And fourth place in that class goes to entry number 76, WBA Enrada, exhibited by Elijah Olzanian. And please note, entry number 75 was a scratch. So now entering the ring is class 4 over in your miniature Hereford female show. Again, entering now is class 4 miniature Hereford females. And these heifers' date of birth range from November 11th through October 4th of 2024.
Got another nice class here, and again, kind of separates just a touch. Maybe these two grab you just a little quicker, and then it doesn't hurt to maybe, again, volume is in their favor as well. When I really get down to dividing these two, I just think there's more shape and more boldness in this one we're going to lead off with. And it's still one whose length to stride is still there. Not perfect in those rear feet, but still sets down in a flexible enough manner. You could change your head shape just a bit, maybe. Again, with that extra power, she's got just a touch more shoulder on the outer part of her body there, but she takes that and still makes it balanced, still keeps it good. Neat heifer here to lead off this pair. This heifer here we have next in second. Again, I love the smoothness of her and the way she transitions. Still one that opens up with some thickness when you get in behind her, sets down in a comfortable manner on her feet and legs. Probably compared to that one that leads off, not as bold in her center, not quite the shape when you get in behind her. Maybe wants to be a little more pronounced in her chest in relation to her flank and throws her off a bit. One we have here next, deep and smooth, very long hip, just overpowered really by those two. She gets just a little flatter bodied, a little narrower built all the way through. I love the shape of the heifer we have here next in four. She is so bold ribbed and good in terms of her muscle, but yet it applies onto her body in a smooth way. Probably my main thing with her, I want to sit her down better on her rear feet. She just gets a little more up on her toes and pasterns back there, but that's a stout, burly one there that still got some smoothness and some look up front. Our thinner one here that completes our class, love her length and her extension is good, and still one I think is sound-footed and flexible at the surface, just gets a little flatter all the way through compared to her classmates, not the same kind of power we find in those, but a good class, nice pair there up top. Got another good class, and one I'm fairly comfortable with here at the top of our class. Again, soundness, agility, and just smoothness, I think belongs to her. And then also, you start to evaluate these girls for volume. I still think she's very, very adequate and good in terms of her volume. Not a whole lot to change about her amongst this group. There will be a few that are a little more sculpted up front, but that one still fits together very, very nicely. Lady, we're going to have here in second, again, another one. I think it's a battle with that one and the one in third. Both of them have the right kind of width and substance. I think the advantage this one has, she's so much cleaner headed and just cleaner at the top of her neck, a little more extended there as well. When we get her on the move, I think she's still very comfortable and loose there. We could tone her down in her tail head just a bit. She can get just a shade uncoordinated maybe if you're getting critical of her, but still a nice heifer. A little more beef in the one we have here next in third. She is opened up and she is stout, and she's got some real dimension to her. Just gets a little more jammed up front, starting to put on condition maybe in a little more unfavorable way down there low that takes away from her femininity. That's probably not the case for the one we end up here in four. Love this one. Love how clean she is and thin neck she is. Still has some muscle shape when you get in behind her. My concern for her is I like to soften that heifer up, not only in her body, but also just her rear footwork, make her just a little softer there in the way she sets to the surface, but still a neat heifer. Once she kind of blooms and develops, I think she can catch a few of those in front of her. But four solid calves here in that class. I'm going to leave these two just like they came in. For me, there's just a little more balance and symmetry, especially when we travel these two. And the one here up front, a little more corrected and relaxed about her spine. I think she's a little more accurate and fluid in the way she handles her rear step. Keeps it within the framework of her body just a touch more. And then the way she puts her condition on, I think is just a little more favorable from a look standpoint. This one's wider. This one's stouter probably, and just in terms of sheer pin width when you directly compare the two. And I think still one whose head shape and top of her neck still good, just starting to open up and be a little excessively wide, maybe off either end. You just like to make her a little more conservative in that base width, supply her with a little more bone to match everything up high so she balances up a little more correctly. But again, a good pair here in this class.
And catching you up over in your miniature Hereford female show, placings in Class 4 are as followed. First place goes to entry number 82, KLD Lookin' Stellar, exhibited by Claire Christensen. Second place goes to entry number 83, KLD Liberty Bell, 21-6M, exhibited by Benjamin Cottle. Third place in that class goes to entry number 80, A&E Rosie, 02M, exhibited by Jacob Stewart. Fourth place goes to entry number 81, 5A, Caden's Rewrite the Stars, exhibited by Caden Alexander. Fifth place in that class goes to entry number 79, WBR Legfera, exhibited by Nicola Alstrand. Congratulations to those exhibitors in Class 4, and placings in Class 5 are as followed. First place goes to entry number 85, A&E Clara, 01M, exhibited by Jacob Stewart. Second place goes to entry number 84, CSE El Catria, exhibited by Avery Pass. Third place goes to entry number 87 at K&L Princess Lily Princess, exhibited by Sarah Arnholt. And fourth place in that class goes to entry number 86, Foxy 405M, exhibited by Victoria Thompson. Again, congratulations to those exhibitors in Class 5. And first place in Class 6 over in your miniature Hereford female show goes to entry number 89 for Wiley Charlotte, exhibited by Walker Wiley. And second place in that class goes to entry number 90, DMC Valera Vararsi, 423M, exhibited by Ryder Morrison. Again, congratulations to those exhibitors. Now in the ring is Class 7. And these heifers' date of birth range from April 15th through March 4th of 2004. Again, now in the ring is Class 7 miniature Herefords females.
Another good trio, and again, lots of just three different kinds as you really start to evaluate them. But hard not to like the one that's going to lead us off here. I think even when you get underneath the presentation of her, you just love the natural boldness and width and squareness of this female. Still keeps things in check up front in terms of her shoulder angle and the way she plants her front feet. A stout one is still smooth in the way that muscle goes onto her body. Again, still has a nice rear step to her. Not going to call her the most athletic one, but still handles it, I think, in a good enough way. Commands this class fairly easy here amongst these three. These next two, again, there's some trade-offs and pieces, but I just love the smoothness and softness of the heifer going to run here in second. Her length is good. Again, maybe even like her better at the surface than even your class winner there in terms of just flexibility. She gets up in her spine, though, just gets overpowered by that heifer that leads out ahead of her. Female will run here in third. She's the best shaped in terms of just composition and boldness of rib. Still very, very good in her head and neck set. She's just a little raw out here. Just doesn't have the same kind of softness and body condition. Maybe gets just a nickel tougher in terms of her rear joints relative to those two. That still female's got a lot of breeding value, some neat pieces to her. Just wish it all blended together a little more correctly today, but a good trio.
And placings in Class 7 over in your miniature Hereford female show are as followed. First place goes to entry number 93, Lexi, exhibited by Lindy Withrow. And second place in that class goes to entry number 92, CX3 Miss Summer 171, exhibited by Colton Christensen. And third place in that class goes to entry number 91, Double K Spotted Cow, exhibited by Evie Mitchell. Again, congratulations to those exhibitors. Now in the ring is Class 8.
Got a solid single entry here. Again, a very dense, broody one in terms of body shape, a long hip one. Like the way her upper skeleton works out of her there as well. Sets down good and flexible on her feet and legs. Maybe not the biggest bone, not the most shapely from behind, but again, just a very, very solid one that puts a lot of good functional pieces together. Another good single entry here within this division.
And first place in Class 8 goes to entry number 94, RJF Miss Emmy Lou, exhibited by Victoria Thompson. Congratulations to that exhibitor. Now in the ring is Class 9 over in her miniature Hereford female show. Again, now in the ring is Class 9.
Got another solid single entry. I love this one's length. Just length to body, length to stride, comfort of movement is very good within this female. Joint works good, muscle type blends onto her, I think, in a very, very smooth manner. You can maybe just make her a shot bolder, maybe in her center body, but still a neat heifer in terms of her look and length and comfort of movement. Another nice single entry.
And first place in class number 9 goes to entry number 95, WBR Freya, exhibited by Leah Olsen. Again, congratulations to those exhibitors. And we are now ready to select your Grand Champion Junior Miniature Hereford female here at the North American. Again, now in the ring is the selection of your Grand Champion Miniature Hereford female here in Broadbent Arena.
Got a nice set of females we bring back out here. Again, pretty competitive as you get all the way through. Not going to talk each one of them here, but boy, a nice set. There's probably 3 or 4 that have grabbed me a little quicker today. Our one that's going to win today, I think, does just a lot of things extremely well in terms of especially structure. I think she's just the best built one out here in terms of her agility and the way she's made. Her muscle type, squareness, and still look and presence is nice. Presentation doesn't hurt anything as well. Gets a little closer between our next two. Problem, one of them for me is a little more my speed, a little harder to make. That kind of bulk and density still keeps it smooth and comfortable enough out here. But my favorite one, little guy here out of Class 2. She's going to be our champion here in this division.
And your grand champion miniature Hereford female here at the North American comes out of Class 2 and will go to entry number 73, BK Peppa 165N, exhibited by Colt Berkheimer. Congratulations. And your reserve grand champion junior miniature Hereford female will go to entry number 93, Lexi, exhibited by Lindy Withrow. Again, congratulations to those female exhibitors. And again, congratulations to those female exhibitors. We will be moving straight into our steer show. Again, we will be moving straight into our miniature Hereford steer show. And again, we'll be moving into our steer show here in Broadbent Arena. And please note for the exhibitors that we will take pictures between the steers and showmanship. Again, so all those grand champion females and steers will take pictures before we start showmanship here in Broadbent. But now entering the ring is Class 10 Junior Prospect Steers.
I think we got a nice way of starting our steer show off. I'm going to use the little guy's calf here in the back. Again, just a stouter, more robust one of the two. Just a lot more bone and substance to him. And then still one, I think, that gives you a look of quality and some balance out here as well. The calf we're going to run here in second. Thank you for your patience there, young guy. Done a nice job keeping that one stuck and head up and out of him. Love the length of his spine, his strength of his spine. Still one that's sound. Just a little green yet today. Not the same kind of muscle definition and power we find in this other calf here. But again, a nice pair here in this steer show.
And first place in Class 10 over in your Junior Prospect Steer Show and Automatic Grand Champion Junior Prospect Steer will go to entry at number 96, BR Frankie 261M. Is exhibited by Stetson Lange. Congratulations. And you second place in Class 10 in Automatic Reserve Champion Junior Prospect Steer will go to entry number 97, Double K Lewis K132. Exhibited by Jordan Carvada. Congratulations to those exhibitors. And now entering the ring is Class 11 Junior Market Steers. Again, entering the ring now is Class 11 Junior Market Steers. And now entering the ring is Class 11 Junior Market Steers over in your miniature Hereford Steer Show. Again, these are your Junior Market Steers. Entering the ring, Class 11. And again, I would like to take this time to reintroduce your judge here for your miniature Hereford show, Mr. Brandon Callis of Minco, Oklahoma. Brandon is a 2005 graduate of Texas A&M and has a master's of animal breeding and genetics from Kansas State. He's currently a professor at Redlands Community College, and he owns and operates BKC Livestock with his wife Kelly and 3 kids where they run cattle there in Oklahoma. He has been blessed to sort shows in over 30 states and 3 countries, and always feels blessed to be asked to sort livestock shows with these juniors. If you could join me in giving Mr. Brandon Callis one more big round of applause for being out here on the Green Shavings.
Another solid steer class and a nice one here that leads us off. A little lazy in his attitude, but man, a nice calf. Burly bodied, big and wide over his back. He's got some lower base to him there as well. And again, I think he's adequate enough in terms of his structure. If you get nitpicky on that calf, you can make him more athletic in just the way in which he goes. Maybe this calf behind him is more expressive in his muscle, but that's still a nice calf that comes together quite well in terms of just balance and presence. Like the length and the structure of this calf we have here next. Big hip in this guy. Very smooth made. A neat enough look to him there as well. Probably just doesn't grab you as quickly in terms of balance and softness for his length as what that class winner does, but still a very nice steer there as well. Steer that comes here next, you get over the top of these next 3 calves. He's just a little squarer and a bit bolder right in the backside of his shoulder. He's bigger and square over his loin. Still takes a long step. Maybe not quite the correctness out of his hip and rear skeleton is what that calf that leads out ahead of him, but still a nice calf. This one's really boxy built and square and opened up. Just want to give him a touch more base width as he leaves you. He probably still gets just a notch out powered in terms of volume. Long-sided one here that's got more extension to him. Just want to accommodate that with a little more muscle, a little more width to run a little higher in this class. But good class, neat calf there to lead us off.
And first place in Class 11 in Automatic Champion Junior Market Steer in your miniature Hereford Steer Show will go to entry number 99, weighing 765 pounds, CX3 Lightning McQueen 182, exhibited by Berkeley Went. Congratulations. And second place in Class 11 in Automatic Reserve Champion Junior Market Steer will go to entry number 101, weighing in at 878 pounds, THF Turbo 422, exhibited by Bo Peterson. Again, congratulations. And third place in Class 11 goes to entry number 102, weighing in at 685 pounds, KMF Corona Ice, exhibited by Isabel Hiles. And fourth place in that class goes to entry number 98, weighing in at 499 pounds, Ravens Mountain Sparrow, exhibited by Isabel Hiles. Congratulations. And fifth place in that class goes to entry number 103, weighing in at 635 pounds, for Wiley Milo, exhibited by Jacob Hiles. Again, congratulations to those steer exhibitors and miniature Hereford female exhibitors on a successful show here on the Green Shavings. And again, we will take a short picture break of your champions, and then we'll be moving on to your showmanship classes. Again, we will have start with your pre-junior showmanship and then work our way down to senior showmanship. Again, we will take a short photo break and then move into our pre-junior showmanship division. And as we finish up photos at the backdrop, we are ready for your Division 25 pre-junior showmanship. Again, we are ready for a Division 25, your pre-junior showmanship, to be making their way into the ring.
I think both these young people do a pretty nice job. His heifer probably cooperates just a shade more when we're walking them. She's probably a little more precise when we get them stopped and get their legs parked on them and gives you a real good look at them. So I like things both of them are doing as they continue to grow and this and get more experience in it. I think both of them have some characteristics that'll benefit them for sure. We could move him in front of that calf just a shade more, again, make this one act just a little better when we're on the move, but still they both do a nice job. But for me, the young lady has the edge today of just keeping those feet and legs square, so she'll be our champion. He'll be reserved. But let's give both of them a big round of applause. Both done a nice job.
And congratulations to your pre-junior showmanship exhibitors. Your champion pre-junior showmanship winner will go to entry number 106. Berkeley went And second place and reserve champion will go to entry number 90, Ryder Morrison. Again, congratulations to your pre-junior showmanship contestants. And now making their way into the ring is Division 26 Junior Showmanship. Again, now entering the ring is Division 26 with your junior showmanship contestants.
Another good set of them again. The benefit of seeing them show here a couple times is you don't have to take as long here on the actual showmanship divisions. Again, some of these kids are doing a very, very nice job as far as smoothness. Some cattle are working with them, some aren't in that case. But I think there's two of them for me that earlier in the day and now have stuck out just a shade more. One of them probably just does things a little smoother, maybe not quite the level of perfectionist, but in a good way. They just kind of let them cattle show themselves and keep them parked and keep them in line. That's going to be the difference in our two. Young lady here with the gray cowboy hat's going to be our champion here in this division. Young lady third in line with the red vest is going to be reserved. But they do a nice job. Let's give the big whole group a big round of applause.
And your Division 26 Junior Showmanship winner goes to entry number 111, Lindsay Withrow. Lindy Withrow, congratulations. And second place and your reserve champion junior showmanship winner goes entry number 109, Claire Christensen. Again, congratulations. We're now ready for your Division 27 Intermediate Showmanship. Again, we're ready for Division 27 Intermediate Showmanship contestants.
Definitely the closest division in showmanship because I think all three do a very nice job. I like this gentleman up front, his smoothness and the way he does things there. Again, does a pretty good job of holding that head up and out. I'd pick it up just a shade more on that calf, maybe square him up on feet and legs just a shade more. But man, and his smoothness, calm demeanor, especially when they're walking around here, I think makes him a player here. Guy in the middle probably does the best job of getting the most out of that heifer as far as getting her collected, getting her set, and kind of getting the right look out of her. Again, as we walk these around, does a pretty nice job. Has to tug and pull just a shade on that one, but still does a pretty nice job. Hereford didn't want to cooperate down here, but in class earlier, I really was impressed with this gentleman's demeanor, look of confidence there as well, just when he walks around, keeping that one pulled together. Not the easiest one to show because not only is she a little lazy, she's not structurally perfect, so that kind of makes him have to do some little things right to really get the most out of her, and he does that pretty well out here. And so probably the one that's had the least amount of trouble, done just the best job locked in is the guy in the middle here. It's going to be our champion here in this division. I like the style of the one here in the pink shirt to be reserved, but really all three do a nice job. Let's give them all a round of applause.
And first place and automatic champion intermediate showman will go to entry number 114, Colton Christensen. And second place and your reserve champion will go to entry number 112, Landon Withrow. And third place in Division 27 will go to entry number 113, Jordan Cavara. Again, congratulations to those exhibitors. And we're now ready for your Division 28 Senior Showmanship. Again, now entering the ring is Senior Showmanship over in a Miniature Hereford Showmanship Contest.
think it's a very good way of closing our show. And again, thank you guys for putting up with me and lasting out here. Again, we could stay out here forever and wait till everybody messes up and really try to dig in, but y'all do a nice job. Maybe, again, calf didn't work as well for the gentleman up front. Maybe there's some differences in maybe how I would set your animal up, and I can discuss that with you as we leave the ring here. But for me, two of them do a very, very nice job of walking those cattle into their spot, walking them into where their feet go, and then just the little things, keeping a tail head down, keeping a top loin when you need to, just getting the most out of those animals. I think two done a nice, two have probably elevated just a little more with me for that, and then one of them just really hadn't had any problems out here. And so young lady in the blue vest is going to be our champion here within this division. I like the young lady that's leading the steer around here to be reserved, but let's give all of them a big round of applause.
And first place and champion senior showman goes to entry number 119, Victoria Thompson. Congratulations. And second place and your reserve champion senior showman will go to entry number 115, Brenna Thorson. Again, congratulations to those exhibitors.